Rana,
Hi.
thank you for joining us today. إذا بتحبي تعرفي عن حالك أكتر أنت, your background and how you came to have Set Beit kitchen and من Edein Mama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me. I'm Rana Khatib. How I came here, والله ما بعرف صراحة. I've been on a lot of different journeys in my life. And I never thought I would be the person who owns a brand called Set Beit or من Edein Mama. I was always someone who was very ambitious, like the kind of woman who wants to make films and documentaries. And then life, I think I just rode my wave. I went through my awareness journey and I started finding solutions to problems that I was finding in my life. So with Set Beit, I had a problem. ما كنت أعرف أطبخ. I never knew. I literally never cooked. ما كنت أعرف إنه you have to put rice and water for you to cook rice. I know. But I really didn't. I was never interested. يعني حتى I would never go to the kitchen and watch my mom cook. Anyway.
It's our generation, I think.
I guess so. بتعرف actually worldwide, the reason why cooking has declined, number one is because women work, sorry. So يعني you can only imagine. يعني women work
that's right.
and the expectation of having good food is really high. First of all, our moms used to cook. So we always receive the best quality food. So people are expecting the best and women simply don't have time to cook. And of course, some men cook, بس يعني.
And it's like because of the economy and everything that changed, يعني صار إنه that to have يعني a double income is needed, so women needed to work, etc. So
Of course. Yeah, but this is why I made Set Beit,
Yeah.
because there's a solution to everything. ليه وقفنا هون? Why can't we find a solution to making cooking easier? It doesn't have to be so complicated. We can still cook, but make it simpler. Use all of the amazing products out there in the market. We can use all the amazing products. يعني أنا بس بلشت Set Beit. Who made the recipes? My mom.
Okay.
She's the best at
Exactly.
at all of this. So I asked her to help me. أول شيء when I told her, she was like, Rana, أنتو كتير lazy. Of course, this is not going to work. She went crazy. I used to have fights. I swear, Eli, I would be crying. I'm like, Mama, you have to believe in this vision. And then I would show her some products out there, yani dried garlic, fresh dried garlic. It doesn't need to be processed, like actually good stuff. So even our pouches, yani إحنا when we did the pouches, الفكرة كانت and we wanted to do Betty Crocker for traditional food. So أنت all you need to do is come to the kitchen. You don't need to think of prepping. You don't need to think of buying ingredients. You don't need to think of anything. بس بدي إياك توصل على المطبخ. You open the pouch and everything's inside.
how did you come up with that يعني comparison to do? There was like a gap in the market somewhere here. ولا how did you see that?
So basically what happened was I was trying to cook traditional food. بدي أكل طبخ ماما يعني. I always try to lead a healthy lifestyle. Alhamdulillah, since I was younger, I have a lot of awareness about food and I know that the best food to eat is الطبخ تبع البيت. Anyway, when I was trying to cook traditional food, I would call mama, would تبعت لي voice note 6 minutes long in like 5 different voice notes. I'm like, no way, يعني it's so complicated. Online, all of the recipes I would find would be بالعربي, very long. It's not like back then there was BuzzFeed or Tasty or really simple 1-minute videos. Of course, until you see that, you're like, I want to make that. So me and my husband were basically eating grilled chicken and like all of the
لا الأكل شيف أنطوان يعني مثلا بلبنان وبيعطيك جريدة إنه
literally لهلا by the way it's
Exactly.
crazy يعني هلا I was watching him the other day I'm like شو عم تعمل like relax man like it doesn't need to be so complicated.
Yeah, كمان I saw him on a podcast I think and he was explaining something. I forgot what it was. It was so complicated for something that's really simple.
Yeah, I think إحنا جيلنا like we simplify things. We like everything to be simple because we're very fast.
Yeah.
We live very busy lives. كل حد, every single person has a very busy life. So find solutions. It's very simple actually. That's how Set Beit came to life.
So your background is in media and communications?
Yeah, I studied journalism.
Okay.
And then I went into media and communication.
And this is how you made the move يعني from Set Beit Kitchen and to have it as an online platform and start with that.
Yeah.
كيف كان البروسس بالأول؟
So after I graduated, I went into media and production and I was making films and documentaries and I went into the corporate world of like advertising.
Yeah.
So I really know a lot about editing and making content and marketing. I also concentrated in PR.
Okay.
So I also have that background. وأنا personally I love creativity. I love finding solutions. That's in my nature. When I left the production company and that world, I became a life coach.
Okay.
So the whole storytelling stayed with me. I love to tell my own story and listen to people tell their own stories, because that's how you can really find yourself, basically. So when I went into Set Beit, it was natural for me to obviously know marketing is so important. There's no other way. عن جد يعني إنه everyone needs to market themselves these days. حتى students in schools are like, they have to work so hard to prove who they are. It's crazy يعني. But you know what? I think it's so fun. So alhamdulillah.
Okay. And then you started doing the pouches, and did you start only pushing that online, ولا رحتي كمان على retail sector بالسوبرماركتس هون؟ هالexperience الحلوة بالريتيل.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. بس بلشت Set Beit, I was deep in my awareness journey. So I was like, I will not put myself out there on social media, because I know what that means. Being on social media consumes a lot of your time. I'm very aware of that. I'm like, أنا ما بدي أكون that person who only thinks of social media. Thinks, oh, my life, I need to post it. Oh, I didn't want that life.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. I didn't want to not be natural. I want to stay true to who I am. And the only way for me to stay true to who I am is to be in the real world, not to be on social media, online.
Okay.
For the first 2 years, no social media presence at all. I did not put my face out there at all. COVID hit, and I was like, بدي أحكي مع الناس. I love talking. And like, we're all alone at home. It was fun. I loved COVID. بس إنه I needed something. So بلشت بالlives وقتها, Instagram lives was a thing. And I just went on live and I loved it. It was so natural. I was not thinking twice. I didn't care about the way I looked. بالعكس حسيت حالي.
It was authentic يعني, not مش إنه prep to.
100%. Like I really felt like بالعكس, I love myself more now, because I'm looking at myself speak and I'm accepting who I am fully for who I am. But of course, every single time I post something, I set intentions. I'm like, I'm very much like that until today. I really care about putting something out there that's going to be useful for someone. إذا بس هيك ما بدي أحطه. That's why حتى my following is not that high, يعني, obviously, because I honestly really don't care. عن جد, I don't care.
Nobody cares actually. It's a vanity number. It's nothing more than that.
بالضبط. Yeah.
Okay, so you started with the pouches, and you started promoting that online, and your process, and everything you're doing, and you started distributing also to the retailers in the market here.
بالضبط. So I actually started going to retail stores.
Okay.
And Elmira was my number one, basically, because for me, I always knew my pouches would sell best outside Qatar. So I wanted to make sure it's the easy, like you find, it's the, I wanted to make sure that the pouches are accessible to everyone. I wanted it to be
would sell
easy
outside Qatar better because of a cultural thing related to cooking, you mean?
Yeah, I believe our market is very small in Qatar, number one. The people I'm targeting, very small reach. Number two, my pouches are supposed to sell in really big quantities, because they're very, very good price. They're for everyday use. People in Qatar are not looking to be cooking all the time. And that's the truth of it. That's why on delivery apps are doing really well, because people مش مشتاقين لأكل البيت, عرفت? They have someone here, or they're close to home. It's not like very foreign.
I think also it's life is so work oriented here that you don't really have time, and when you do have the time, you need to spend it with family, do something that you like. If you're not someone if you're not someone who likes to cook, that's a chore. So if I can just order and eat and continue with my life, I'll do it.
Yeah, وحتى we had some people who were buying the pouches all the time. Until now, we have people who love the pouches.
Okay.
بس إنه how much are they buying? They're still relying on the other الوسائل التانيين كمان. I need a bigger, wider audience.
Yeah, the Qatari market is small in general. It's like a small city in a big country. And if you compare it to Europe, North America.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing something that's retail and mass retail, you need to work regionally, even international. And this week you can start going like online e-commerce, all of that.
Yeah.
بس حبيت بس هيك يعني ركز شوي على retail sector هون. From what I've heard from my friends who work in retail as well وعندهم هني اشياء distribution قد ايه صعب قد ايه it's very complicated sometimes you don't even make money even if you're selling through the retail اللي هو stuff that ordinary people don't know that happens.
Okay, let me tell you. I remember when I started the journey, someone told me, "Are you sure you want to go into F&B retail? It's the hardest market to get into." I'm like, yes, I am sure. Because I'm so passionate. I know what I want. I will keep going through until أنا بختار when I want to start.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. You know, my husband and I were doing everything ourselves. حتى packaging بالبيت كنا عم نعمل إحنا. It's a home business. We wanted to get into Carrefour. I swear to God, we went to their offices. قعدنا برا. We were just waiting to speak to someone. It's so difficult. I was like trying to find contact. كيف أحكي مع أي حد. And then غير إنه when you go inside, the environment, the work environment in retail stores is عن جد toxic.
Yeah.
وبعدين we used to make the deliveries as well. هلا أنت when you go into a retail store, you are responsible for your product. So هلا you go and check how many, you have to have a salesperson who is going to all of the branches all the time يروح يشيك البرودكت تبعك if it's displayed well, if it's lacking.
From your end?
From our end, of course. فعشان هيك في merchandisers. أنت بس تدخل على السوبرماركت أكيد مرات you think, oh, this guy he works in the supermarket. بيكون لا, he's a merchandiser. He's restocking his items على shelves.
Okay.
So it's a lot. It's a lot عن جد. It's so much work. It's just, and for my product, for being in Qatar, it wasn't worthwhile for me. It was an amazing experiment that we did, and alhamdulillah يعني, and we learned a lot.
Okay. So now يعني after that experience you launched a new product واللي هو
من Edein Mama.
من Edein Mama. I've tried it. معمول. It's amazing, honestly. Okay, so how did you decide to move into that, and how was the experience?
So with Set Beit, what happened was eventually when I started being on camera وهيك, I started cooking for people, like just showing people how to cook easy.
Yeah.
I was trying to find solutions for people online who were not finding the best ingredients or best whatever. فبتذكر leading up to Eid or Ramadan, I used to always try to find معمول to share with people. حتى there was a point where I shared Mama's recipe with people, by the way, just for the record. يعني we shared the recipe online. We did a live, I know Mama together. We shared the recipe. I kept it online for a very long time because I really just wanted people to eat good معمول. That's it.
Yeah.
And make it simple for them. The year before, in 2022, I posted about some معمول businesses that I've tried in Qatar that were good. But overly priced, not so good, not fair. My Mama has been making معمول for more than 16 years, professionally for like 13 years.
Okay.
She started a startup, like some of her friends. Basically, they make معمول and they sell them for charity 100%. She's been doing this for 13 years now. So this woman has a lot of experience. Like if you see her work, art. عن جد ما شاء الله عليها. She's like a machine. She puts her heart and soul into it. She's so good at it. فأنا I called her before Ramadan. Not even a month. I was like, Mama, شو رأيك? You want to sell معمول? She said, yeah, let's do it. بس وأنا I made a logo because I wanted people to know, like, it's not Set Beit. I made this box simply because I didn't want to sell in plastic and I wanted it to be presentable because I love my customers and I want to give them something that's pretty.
Why you didn't want to sell in plastic? Is it just a branding thing?
Eco-friendly branding. I hate the way it looks, and احترام للcustomer. يعني why do you always get the worst of the worst? When you don't get the worst, it's like so expensive. I just wanted to be reasonable. Our box is priced at a very good price because we wanted to prove, and no, you can't do that. And now it's a brand, and we've loved by our, alhamdulillah, we're doing really well.
Okay. And I love the packaging, and I think a big issue من يعني معمول ولا الحلو العربي ولا هذا it's a conventional thing. It's a thing that's been on for generations, and حتى الشيفs اللي بيشتغلوا بهذه المصنع they've been on for generations. And على طول بلاستيك والتنكي
I swear.
And for me, I just don't buy it because it's not appealing for me. So I love when someone's doing targeting a younger generation just with branding, colors,
Thank you.
new packaging ways. The taste is amazing as well. Okay. What was the main challenge that you faced launching this brand?
Good question, Wallah. I never thought of that. Main challenge? The main challenge is working with my mom. It's not easy. It's amazing, but it's not easy. And I think just knowing exactly how to change the idea of ma'moul into not just it's for Eid, but it's for every single day. It was a challenge, but it basically just came to life. So basically, my vision.
It's a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing.
يعني حتى إنه نحن أنا عندي.
In all cultures.
على طول في occasions إنه هلا بهالoccasion بناكل X بهالoccasion بناكل
أنا with my vision in life أصلاً Set Beit ولا من Edein Mama. One of my things is I want to preserve our culture. إحنا عندنا مشكلة our culture is dying. ليش أنا أصلاً كان بدي أعمل Set Beit? Because how do you share our food? Through cooking. There's no other way. يعني هلا all my foreign friends ما بيعرفوا شو طبخي. Like they don't even know شو ملوخية. It's embarrassing because أنا لازم أضيفهم إياه. How will they taste it? بالمطعم شو عم بيطعموك بالمطعم؟ مزة barbecue. That's not طبخنا يعني.
That's not the real thing. Yeah.
No, that's not the real thing. But إذا إحنا we stopped cooking, who's gonna cook? No one. And our kids will not know what طبخ العربي is because eventually generations are gonna die يعني.
Especially with the globalization that's happening in terms of cultures.
It's our cuisine is one of the healthiest cuisines by far. It's mostly vegan, by the way. It's extremely healthy. It's just a matter of know how to eat your food. يعني portion control. That's what the pouches also teach you. And by the way, بهالباوتش فيها هالقد portion. ما تحطوا طبخة قدامكم ضلكم عم تاكلوا. You know, you need to know how much to eat.
طبخة ل10 بيكونوا 2 يعني.
يعني أنا بكون عم بحكي مع ناس and they're like بس الطبخ it's so unhealthy. I'm like بالعكس تماما. You are not eating it correctly. Stop putting so much ghee and salt وهالقصص كلها والسكر. يعني هلا من Edein Mama المعمول doesn't have sugar. You don't need to put sugar in it. And it's perfect.
That's the first thing I asked you because I don't eat sugar.
Exactly.
So it's like is there sugar in this?
No sugar. And that's what هلا يعني غير preserving the culture. And هلا for me my vision is instead of gifting people chocolate, gift them معمول. This is actually made with so much love.
This is what I hate, especially مثلا yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday. عشان هيك جبت لك معمول.
So the first thing that happens is like, oh, we're gonna get you a cake, okay, and then I don't eat sugar, okay. So then you have like to take a bite, and then okay, but the culture is not that. I don't know why people are still not pushing this. It's very well known, and we've been brainwashed من يعني البيراميد تبع food system on how to eat, to تاكل cornflakes الصباح وما بعرف شو, and the whole thing. It's so unhealthy for you. This is why I love talking to people who understand this, and لأنه the awareness in our culture is not there.
No, unfortunately, you're right. وما في حد عم بيعمل replacement صراحة يعني very rarely, and like you need a lot of marketing because مثل ما قلت ما في كتير awareness, so like it's a trend بيدخلوا فيها بعدين بيطلعوا منها. عرفت؟
And I think يعني the new businesses in the F&B, especially in بالاشياء التراديشنال اللي كان من المعمول ولا الحلو عربي ولا هيك, the ones who are gonna make a difference, they're gonna kill their competitors, are the ones who are gonna go the clean food kind of way. عم بحكي 10 سنين لقدام.
إن شاء الله we're gonna work hard.
هلا أكيد you have a scaling plan for this.
إن شاء الله.
Okay, so how are you planning to maintain quality like while scaling? هذا أصعب شيء بعد.
هلا أنا I'm a mom of 2, okay, and I'm planning of having more kids إن شاء الله. I plan on being a full-time mom. عن جد يعني this is my priority in life. I love working so much and I will never stop, but it's not my priority. فحتى when it comes to this, I know that there's a lot of potential, but I'm going to take it really slowly, me and my mom, on our own terms, and we're just going to drive slower. This is like very, people are going to listen to this and go like, oh my God, like this is not what you usually hear from a business person. But
as long as you're happy.
This is where مثل ما قلت لك earlier, like I'm riding my awareness journey. And أنا بعرف أولوية. I know my priorities in life, and I want to do things with purpose, everything. Even if it means we sell to less people, but I want to sell it right. I want to sell it with good quality. And I want to continue doing that. So slowly we're going to grow, me and my mom together. I'm going to see how much we can grow from the kitchen side and from the marketing side while we still sustain the same quality, the same love, the same passion, the same everything that's going into it.
حتى لو وصلت على محل okay this is my capacity and it's an exclusive product ما بدي أكتر من هيك.
I think we're doing great, so alhamdulillah. يعني what's a measure anyway? Like I don't even know.
It's relative. Yeah.
Very relative. I am very happy and like I will continue to ride that wave.
That's amazing. In terms of content creation, وقت عم تشتغلي على البراند تبعك كان على Set Beit or on this now, do you have something in mind that you prepare in advance? مثلا you see إنه إذا بعمل هيك هذا الفيديو is gonna get more reach or what's your process? Like what's your content creation process?
Okay, good question. So I ask myself this question all the time. The past 5 years is when I've been like creating content. I really love it. عن جد. يعني I always have to like remind myself إنه Rana, purpose. I tried the whole like follow the trends and use the music and use the hashtag.
The dancing.
هالاشياء اللي ما إلها معنى عن جد. I look back I'm like شو كنت عم تعمل. It was fun. I had so much fun. بس إنه في purpose ما في purpose. I do.
But that's the learning process. If you don't do it, you will not know. Once you do it and okay, this didn't work out.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah, and my measure is me. It's not the insights. The insights are great, but صراحة عن جد it's not my priority.
What do you mean by that? Insights are you?
يعني some insights are gonna show you that stuff is gonna get you more followers and more likes ومش عارفة شو. بس إنه طيب. If I'm sleeping at night feeling like أنا شو عملت اليوم, like I was just down, like honestly. لو كتير يعني it takes time. Like I don't think people realize إنه أنت when you make
they don't realize.
No, like you're making a video of you dancing.
تعمل فيديو ب5 ثواني.
إني فاكر إن أنت عملت هيك وطلعت. No, أنت عم تعمل هيك and you're re-editing and you're looking at yourself and watching and
you might redo it like 5-6 times.
How ridiculous. Which is fun. Again, عن جد I know I love everything I posted. I really do. هلا أنا يعني if you look at the content I'm creating هلا, it's very Palestine related. It's all I am on a different path in life. I want to speak truth. I want to do things. Every post I want to post.
I saw that, and what I liked about your type of content إنه مش بس it's not just let's say we're talking about the boycotting the products. Okay, it's not. I've seen other pages. Okay, like boycott this product. Okay, and what else? I think you're the only one that I've seen here who's doing like, okay, don't use this product. Here are 10 other options that you can use. And I saw the last one. I think it was about like Pampers or something like this. And I was flipping through the alternatives, and 2 of them are like my clients.
No,
like Bambi. And
good to know. خلاص, I know where to get the stuff from.
Okay, and maybe we should utilize that like in
100%.
But I don't think anybody is doing that بهالطريقة. I haven't seen. Maybe there are a lot, but you're influential. You have a platform. Thank you. And you're using that correctly.
Alhamdulillah, and I have a beautiful community, to be honest. يعني حتى like when I create this post, I create it with everyone else, and I don't just do it. بسأل people, what are you using? And then people do the research. Some people are amazing with the boycott stuff. They go deep. I don't want to go deep, صراحة.
I read the comments. Okay, I love reading the comments.
Me too, actually.
Okay? So I was going through like the comments on your posts. Okay, and they're like, why this? There's no like proof that this is related. And then you answer them with like a really precise answer, and they disappear.
Yeah.
Especially if you go that path, you're gonna find the resistance.
Yeah.
Some people just بس فوت بالpolitical شوي.
It's hard.
It's not easy. عم تفتح أبواب على حالك
Yeah.
So this is what you want.
This is reality. أنا أول ما I started, I said no politics at all. No politics, no religion. بعدين I'm like, this is life. عم نتحكي حالنا. We are living this, and this is what's happening in real life. I want to only speak about this, and this is my reality. أنا فلسطينية آخر النهار. So my page Set Beit, it's funny, it's called Set Beit. I'm called Set Beit basically. People see me and they're like, Set Beit. I'm like, what? That's so offensive. No, but هلا I'm so proud to be called a Set Beit. This is exactly what my vision for Set Beit was. نغير هاي title that was very cringy for a woman. وأنا ما بدي أكون Set Beit. I want to be an ambitious, successful businesswoman.
Well, that's how they destroyed the nuclear family. This is how they destroyed the nuclear family.
100%. I was like, no, let's bring back this term. Give it power. Give it power. إحنا we can be ستات بيوت. ليش لا? It's a beautiful thing. Women are very powerful. If you're ست البيت, amazing.
It's a hard job.
شو
I don't want to be raising kids. I know. That's
It's
not
hard.
something.
Our moms, our grandmas, they're incredible people. ليش ما
Yeah.
بدي أكون مثلهم؟ بالعكس, they're people to look up to يعني.
What do you, if you want to give an advice, okay, to people that look up to you? There's a lot of people, I believe, in your community, in your audience that look up to you and they want to do something similar to what you're doing. What kind of advice would you give them?
I'll tell them to follow their journey, follow their path. Don't do something because you think that's cool or whatever. Sit with yourself, find yourself first, and do everything with purpose. Because when you find yourself and then you do stuff with purpose, all else follows. عن جد. And everything just flows better and you will have peace in your life. Even in the midst of the most chaotic days. And you know life is very chaotic. فأنا I would say just like, find yourself. That's the most important thing.
That's amazing. How do you see the ready-made food market going in Qatar and the region?
Good question. Ready-made?
Yeah.
ما بعرف. I feel like, honestly, there's too many things that are coming, like in Qatar, for example, we have too many businesses that are coming out of nowhere. يعني, we have too much supply or not too much demand.
Okay.
But I feel like quality is very important because أنا for me,
that's a differentiator. يعني.
100%. أنا for me, I love trying things. I'm a foodie. I'm a real foodie. إنه بس أجرب if I try a place and it's not good, I will never go back. And honestly, how long I've been ordering food, let's say since like for 5 years now, I order food أكتر من قبل يعني. Honestly, the restaurants I go back to يمكن شي 3-4 max وبتغيروا because some of them the quality بيرجع بيخرب يعني. So if you really think about it, how many restaurants do we have in Qatar?
A lot.
Too many?
A lot.
Too many.
And for my lunch, for example, it's always like reorder. يعني reorder the same thing.
It's crazy.
Don't even
يعني.
think about it.
لازم نقيم خلص ما فينا نضلنا نزيد يعني في ناس عم بيضلوا نزيدوا ما تزيدوا روحوا ضبطوا اللي عنا يعني there's a lot of things that need fixing to be honest. فأنا for me ما بعرف I think we need to filter.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next for من Edein Mama? Do you have something planned ولا not yet?
Vision-wise, I want us to be available for people to have with a cup of coffee at all times. I want us to be available and I want us to be in flower shops. I want us to be in cafes.
Okay.
I want when people go visit someone in a hospital بياخدوا معهم box معمول مش chocolate.
Okay.
I want kids to take معمول with them to schools and nurseries because this is what you should actually be giving your kids. And I hope to be seeing our culture being preserved through كل لقمة يعني هيك we enjoy food like this over like real chats like today.
I love that. I'm gonna end it on this.
Perfect.
Rana, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, عن جد.
Very nice to have you here.
Thank you.